morning, everyone. This is Sunday Life Dharma, and welcome. Now let's practice Qigong movement. So please stand up. Open your feet a little bit. Put your hands on your hips. Now move your hips, gentle and easy, side to side. Now let's make a small circle with your hips. And circle get bigger, wider. Now reverse. Very good. Shake your arm, gentle kicking. Now bend your toes gently and roll your ankle and switch. Put out your fingers and palms. Wiggle your fingers. Now turn your palms up. Bring your hands in, out, back to center again. 5, 3, 1. Arms down, chin down. Roll your neck gently side to side. Now chin up, same way. Head back to the center, left ear to your left shoulder. Right ear to your right. Back to center and turn your head and look over your left shoulder. Come back to your right. Come back. And gently roll your head. And when you get to the bottom, reverse the direction. And back to center. Arms out, 2 fingers together. Reverse the direction. Reverse. Reverse. 3, 2, 1. Arms up high now. Arms down. Arms to your side. Up. Left arm down. Stretch your right shoulder, right arm, and switch your arm. Arms up, turn your body to your side. Arms up to the other direction. Up, down, cross your arms, breathe in and out. Reverse the direction, up, breathe out, arms down. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Now loosen your shoulders. Now hands in front of your belly and turn your hands up down as you make your energy ball getting bigger, 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 and even bigger. Good. Upper hand, which is your left hand, down, down, down. Your right arm up. Turn your body to your left and push your upper palm to your side. Back to center. Upper hand goes down and your left arm comes up. Turn, push. Grab the energy ball. Front here. Down, up, turn, push. 2 more rounds. Come back. Down, up. Down, up. One last time. Can you bring both arms to front? Put your right arm up and switch your arms to your left this way. Back to center. Grab your energy ball right here and split the ball. Again, to your left. To your right. One more time. To your right. Back to center. Palms down and up. And down again. Breathe out. Palms up. Now push your palms out. Bring your arms back in. Right foot out. Palms out. In and out. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Switch the direction. Left foot out. Breathe out. Palms out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Inhale. Exhale. Open your arms. Bring your arms up and down. Breathe in up. Right arm up. Right palm up. Left arm. Left palm down. Gather. Switch. Up, down. Gather. Up, down. And gather. Breathe in up. Breathe out. Make your motion getting a bit bigger each time. And gather. Now all the way up, all the way down. And gather. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe out. And breathe out. Arms down. Show me your palms and wave your hands. Keep breathing as you move your arms. Now let's go faster. Speed up. 1, 2, and go slow, 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 slow. Palms facing down. Keep waving your hands. Gather your palms. Bring your palms out. Gather them and reverse the direction. Inhale out. Exhale, bring them in. Relax your shoulders. Now put out your arms once again. Now push your left palm with your right palm to your left. Look at your left thumb. Splash your fingers. Now come back to the center. Push it to your right. Come back to your left. Breathe in. Come back. Push. Breathe in. Breathe out. To your left. Breathe in. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. To your right. Breathe in. Tense. Hold. Hold. And breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. To your right. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Arms down together. Arms up together. Breathe in and out. Again, breathe in up and out. Up. Down. Let's make a little bigger circle all the way up and down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now relax your shoulders. Palms meet together. Now please join me in bowing practice to the Dharmakaya Buddha fourfold grace.
Good morning. And special welcome to all the children and teens joining us this morning. I would like to introduce my friend. Pong Pong. We adopted this friend from Dave and Donna, and we named as a Pong Pong. Can you say good morning to Pong Pong when I count 1, 2, 3? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Pong Pong. Hello, children. Now, can you tell your name to Pong Pong? 1, 2, 3 again. Come on, everybody, join us. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Pong Pong. My name is Wong Gong. Nice to have you this morning. So, Pong Pong, would you join us meditating together? I am happy to. I love to meditate with you all this morning. Okay, now please have a seat right next to me. You can have a lying down meditation if you want. Okay, now with the ping pong, our Pong Pong, our friend, and with ourselves together, we sit and meditate. Make our seat comfortable, sitting in a chair or on a mat. Sit up tall and high. Wiggle our hips. By the way, is it warm in this room today? What about your house? Is it warm too? When it gets warm, sometimes meditation helps us to cool down. Feel the sensation of your warm body or any discomfort. And say hello to my uncomfortable, warm body. Or any noise surrounding you, if you feel uncomfortable, say hello to the noise. If you sit on a mat, you can feel your knees, hips will be sitting in kind of a triangle shape. So carrying your right side weight, left side weight equally. So symmetrical a little bit. Align your ears with your shoulder line. Your eyes are relaxed and open or closed. A little bit open, a little bit closed. You may gaze downward, 3 or 5 feet away. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out fully. As you breathe in, feel your belly softly expand. As you breathe out, release all your tension. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out fully. Easy and easy. Complete exhalation. As you breathe in again, feel your belly softly expand. As you breathe out, release any tension from our minds, thoughts, or from our shoulders, back, our legs. Feel the physical sensations of your belly rising and falling. Invite your body and mind to be here, now, with the sensation, with the breathing mind, breathing body. You're welcome to listen to the sound. I hear bird chopping sounds. You're welcome to listen to the sound of your own breath. As you listen to the sound of your own breath, you may hear the sound. You can listen to that sound, or you can listen to your soft, peaceful breathing sound. It's amazing. We can make all different kind of breathing sound. We can pay attention to those sounds. And see if you can feel your breath really soft. One of a kind, soft, and natural breathing pattern. And you can say hi, hello to your breath. One of a kind, special, soft, that amazing breath. Now we feel more relaxed, calm. Now let our awareness drift down to our tanjan, our breathing center, about 2 inches below our belly button. You're welcome to rest your hands on your tanjan, lower abdomen, if that is more helpful, to let your mind stay there. Feel the rising, soft rising and falling, breathing belly. Feel grounded. This soft, deep awareness staying together with us when we breathe together, when you watch the sensation of our breathing body. And if our minds wander, thoughts, one thought or 2 thoughts, many thoughts can pop into our mind. It's okay. Bring our attention back to our belly, soft breathing, Breathe in deeply and breathe out fully. This focused mind is the mind power. Meditation is just simple breathing here now. For next 10 minutes, we cultivate our focused mind, strong mind together. 영주 천지연기야 심정만사여의 아심도 천지우와 동일체하여 천지동심조 천지연기야 심정만사여의 아심도 천지우와 동일체하여 천지동심조 천지연기야 심정만사여의 아심동 천지요와 동일체하여 천지동심정 천지연기야 심정만사여의 아심동 천지요와 동일체하여 천지동심정 천지연기야 심정만사여의 아심도 천지요와 동일체하여 천지동심도 천지연기야 심정만사여의 아심도 천지요와 동일체하여 천지동심정 천지연기야 심정만사여의 아심도 천지요와 동일체하여 천지동심정 Prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole heart. Bodhisattva, great compassion, deeply practicing prajna paramita, realize that all five aggregates are empty, thus became free from all suffering and distress. O Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness, emptiness does not differ from Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perception, impulses, and consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are empty, they do not appear, disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease in emptiness, no form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, no consciousness. No eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch. Object of mind, no one, no eye, no tongue, body, or mind consciousness. No ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, no old days and death, no extinction of no suffering, no cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment with nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva relies on prajna paramita, therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist, free from delusion, one dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on prajna paramita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaimed. Prajna paramita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisattva. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisattva. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisattva.
Hey baby, what's that?
So big.
So big. Okay.
Hi, Rupsy.
All right.
There you go. Hi, Chapel Hill.
Hi Chapel Hill. Hi, this is Micah and
Jess.
Ellie and
And?
Turin. We moved to Greenville from Chapel Hill about 2 years ago, and we've sorely missed the community of our temple, and it's been such a wonderful thing to be able to join in with the services on Sundays, which we've been doing lately. Hi, yeah. So we just want to say a quick hello, and we miss you all. We're always glad to see you guys on Sunday. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Good morning. My name is Patty Daniel. I'm one of the practitioners here at the temple, and I'm giving the Dharma talk this morning. As many of you know, this year marks the 15th anniversary of the Chapel Hill Temple. So in recognition of that, we thought we would do a few Dharma talks on the most important doctrines of Won Buddhism. In our main scripture book, the principal book of Won Buddhism, a doctrinal chart is found in the very front of the book. It serves as a succinct guideline of our most important doctrines. Here it is. You can't see this most likely, but right here is a section called the Four Essentials. Master Sotaesan considered the Four Essentials to be necessary for creating an equitable society. The Four Essentials are: 1, developing self-power; 2, the primacy of the wise; 3, educating the children of others; and 4, venerating the public-spirited. 2 weeks ago, Reverend Wang Gong spoke about educating others' children. Today, I'm going to talk about the first one, developing self-power. Buddhism has long emphasized that a person can develop one's spiritual self through one's own practice, and that through inner strength, determination, and dedication, one can attain enlightenment or Buddhahood. This reliance on one's own effort as a way to awakening is known as self-power. In contrast is the Buddhist concept of other power, the reliance on external support, the reliance on heaven and earth and fellow beings to further our practice and our wisdom. In Won Buddhism, the founding teacher, Master Sotaesan, taught the benefit of relying on both self-power and other power and finding the best possible balance between the two. He said, quote, "Believing in the three jewels also involves the two categories of self-powered belief and other-powered belief. Other-powered belief means literally believing in and worshiping the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Those are the three jewels. The Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha that have actually appeared in this world. Self-powered belief means discovering the Buddha and the Dharma that are within one's own self-nature and inwardly believing in and practicing them. These categories become the foundation for each other, so self-powered and other-powered belief must develop in tandem. He emphasized that faith in Il-Wan Song, one circle image, or faith in the truth, can be, quote, the motive force for practicing the right Dharma through our cultivation of self-power and our correct acceptance of other power. Master Chongsan, our second head Dharma master, said, quote, self-power and other power are inseparably related. Some people overemphasize other power and stubbornly insist on faith alone. Others overemphasize self-power and insist that, since mind is the Buddha, there is no need for precepts or the principles. My introduction to Buddhism was through John Kabat-Zinn's mindfulness-based stress reduction course. It's a 6-week course in which meditation is the main instruction. It was offered at my workplace, it was free, and even though I didn't much understand at the time why I was doing it or what I was doing, after the course was over, I kept up a regular meditation practice with determination and dedication. I often kind of wondered during the course of what we were doing, and when I would ask that question, the response was always, well, I can't really tell you, you just do it. Having been born into one of the most individualistic cultures in the history of humankind, and greatly valuing my self-reliance, I thought that if I meditated long enough and read enough books about enlightenment, I could find it on my own. But then I more or less just stumbled into this one Buddhist temple, and I came to realize that no amount of self-power would be sufficient. With the help of skilled and wise teachers, compelling scriptures, and fellow Sangha members, the three jewels, I began to see that I'm not a completely self-contained unit, entirely separate from creation. But self-power is what kept me consistent in my meditation practice, even when I wasn't clear what it was or why I was doing it. Only much later did I come to understand its benefits. Thus, a degree of self-sufficiency in exerting myself with effort and dedication was what led me to this temple and towards a path of spiritual development. Master Sotaesan said that the core tenet of developing self-power means to rely on self-power as the basic principle, even while relying on both self-power and other power together. Relying on both self-power and other power together is necessary because, for example, when we believe that we have attained anything purely by ourselves, we are in danger of failing to realize that the separation between self and others is a dualistic illusion. And if we look at the immediate world around us, we quickly see that everything we think we possess is directly or indirectly a result of others. Probably an overly zealous self-power will fail to sustain itself anyway in the long run. But on the other hand, even the most intuitive and spiritually developed person will probably need the discipline and strength of self-motivation and self-power to progress on the path. In the Four Essentials section in the One Buddhist Canon, in the part about self-power, Master Sotaesan goes beyond spiritual power and also talks about self-reliance as a social and cultural practice. He starts by stating the main principle, which is that our aim to develop self-power is not only for ourselves, but also to help others. Unless we are, quote, helpless infants, decrepit oldsters, or seriously ill, we must develop our self-power as a practice so as to give help to those whose circumstances leave them in need. He saw that certain cultural practices in the past had been hindering self-sufficiency and causing needless dependency. He observed, for example, that in the past, some family members lived idly, depending on their more well-off relatives to support them, and that inheritances were often frequently distributed inequitably. Likewise, he observed, and I quote, in the past, women, prevented from obtaining an education like that of men due to unequal rights, were forced to depend upon their parents in their youth, their husbands after marriage, and their children in old age. A woman was constrained in whatever she did or did not do with her own body and mind, end quote. When I first read this book, this statement really jumped off the page for me. I think it is so amazing, and that was written, approximately 100 years ago. What wisdom. But that was in the past, he states, and now we must seek self-reliance in all that we do. He encourages us not to support those who can support themselves. And he gives advice about inheritances and financial independence in marriage. For example, quote, after marriage, each spouse should maintain financial independence. The primary concern should go beyond love alone and extend also to fulfilling their respective duties and responsibilities. Now, that's some really good advice. We should handle all matters according to the circumstances and the law and not discriminate between men and women as in the past. He gives examples of being financially self-reliant so as not to be dependent on friends and family, and exhorts his followers, men and women alike, to work diligently at their occupation to gain freedom in their lives, sharing responsibilities and duties towards the family and the nation. Many of you are familiar with the essential dharmas of daily practice. They are listed in our chanting booklets. It's a list of 9 important things to practice daily. One of them is, quote, let us turn dependency into self-reliance. As we cycle through different stages in our lives, our balance between dependence and independence may shift. However, physical, financial, mental, and spiritual self-reliance, to the maximum extent of our abilities, must be our goal. Master Changsan, as I mentioned before, the second head Dharma master, said, quote, from the standpoint of everyday life, make self-power the basic principle in order to fulfill the duties and responsibilities incumbent on human beings. In the realm of the spirit, too, it means to make faith and self-power the basic principle so that we may become our own masters in whatever faith we adopt, in whatever practice we pursue, and in whatever enterprise we devote ourselves to. Master Setjasan recognized that when we try to accomplish something, we may need to use our self-power because we often receive approval or criticism from others. When criticized, he said, we must examine the situation, and if our conscience tells us that there is no reason to stop, we must proceed with indomitable courage. On the other hand, however broad the approval, if our conscience tells us to do something we should not do, then, quote, don't hesitate to throw it out like an old shoe. When I think about how often we are led into mental, emotional, or financial dependency by a desire for approval or fear of disapproval, I take this to be sound advice indeed. My hope is that we will use this pandemic as an opportunity to slow down and examine our deepest values and actualize our self-power in order to help both ourselves and others. May you be well, may you be safe, and may you be powerful. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. We are together even when we are apart, and I hope you all have a good week ahead. We will end with a short 3-minute meditation, but before you click off today, please leave any questions or comments you may have in the chat space below, or feel free to email us if you need more time to gather your thoughts.